Hello, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. Welcome back to Junk Journal July. Let's have a look. I'm going to quickly go through the book. Today we will be doing tag. It's day 1, day 2, postcard, day 3, fold, little secret pocket thing, labels, self-explanatory. This is lettering, but it was actually voting day, so I did that. Use the lettering from the polling card, wildlife, this is napkins, bird book image. Window is book image with Victorian peeping fairies, rosy-eyed glasses for observe. Scraps, this is an old 1890s letter. Scraps that I've turned into a blooming envelope. Thread, we've got sewn, real thread sewn onto book page image of cross stitch. Stamp, stamps. Packaging, chocolate wrapper turned into flower card wallet. Light, little fire fairy in a jar. Weather, we have a rainbow. Homemade, all my homemade sprays, and a beautiful fairy made out of book page images that I've made myself. Petal, there's petals. This is aged and this is free. I'm loving all the pages. They're all different and there's bits of it that I'm just like, I love each one. So now we're on tag, which I'm going to have to, because this is getting a bit of a chunky monkey, I'm going to have to just do that with some paper clips. So today we need to, I'm just going to remove the paper clip, we need to do the other side of the covered paper clip, and we need to make a tag. Now I just grabbed a variety of tags that I have. So I have, whenever I buy something from an antique stall, I keep the tag. So that's quite nice. What was that? Copper electroformed finish leaf. Oh, that's beautiful. I should show that. It's downstairs on my pretty shelves. But it was like a leaf that had been copper plated. My husband bought it me a few years ago. But I've still kept the tag. There you go. That was from Bygone Times. That is, it looks like it's jelly printed on, and it's a tag from a bundle of brushes that I got from, I went to an art workshop, and it was the brushes, you know, the kind of little pack that you got. Then I've just got a not used tag, luggage tag. I thought I could make some tags out of the abundance of recycled card I've got in this room. But then there's also these tags that I also got from Bygone Times, and they came in a package. I have the package and I have the scraps I'm going to use, and they came in a package like this. I've used loads of them and they seem to be like ongoing forever and ever. This package was quite tight. And it was stall 1091. Bygone Times is massive. It's in the northwest of England. Huge, like 3 warehouses of stuff. It's an amazing place. Spend all day there. Literally, you can spend all day there. Well, I can. Just keep refueling on tea. So, my decision, before I get all this rubbish out, not rubbish, it's crafty goodness, is what to do. Now I kind of like the idea of doing a blue one, because the page, I've just done all of this, the page will eventually, the edge will be visible like that, and the picture that I'm going to do, because then we have the paper clip and this side is on like that. And then actually I was thinking it'll be like that, and it'll sort of, the paper clip will hold on to it. So I have to decide which blue or white. So that is determined on this. So I am considering this blue. but we can change it out. You can scream at the screen. White, I don't really like white, I'll have to do something with it, and I don't know how much time I've got today. And then there's that blue. Yeah, we'll have, I think, the brighter blue, unbelievably. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it could be either. It could be either. I'm going to say that older blue. Put these others back. They'll go in my ephemera stash on my shelves. And then I thought we would use bits and pieces out of this, which is the old things from previous times. It's not an exhaustive list of the things that have happened in the previous times, but it was just something I could lay my hands on. I've also got within reach, I've got this jar here that's got fabric ephemera in, and I think some postage stamps. I've got my big jar of unprocessed stamps, although there are some that are very processed in there, that I got from Risley Barnes. So I thought they might come in handy. I've book pages galore, and I've got all these bits as well. And I've got some napkins and some little torn off pieces. I've got the 100, 200 year old bits, which I think I'm going to get out because that might be good. I've got some lovely sprayed bits, all the things. Let's just find some bits I find interesting. What are you? Oh, you're the poem, aren't you? That came in the party pack. I'll put you back in the book. I don't think I'm going to use you though. What are these? I can also, can I reach that antiques book? I can, but it's probably in the Leaning Tower of Craft Supplies behind me. That holiday's coming where I can really get in here and do a big sort out. So I've got those. Those are quite nice. They're a bit big. That's a bit big. Oh, they're quite nice. If you can hear something, it's my neighbours are doing some gardening work. Don't want an angel. What's this? Oh, those leaves and those glasses. Keep that out. I don't want that. Do I want that? No. Oh no, see. Those two together. Oh, the rosy glasses, I was going to use them. No. Right, let's put that to one side. I can always reach for it again. Let's put this to one side. But I'm going to take that out. So, I also have butterflies that I can cut out. I've got my YouTube banner, I could rip that up because there's no point me keeping it. I've got everything I need off it because if I need it again I'll be redoing it from scratch. I might do that seasonally. I was thinking I might do like an autumn one and then a Christmas one and then move it around seasonally. All the ideas, they're still coming. Okay, so we've got that and we need to also build this up. So that needs to go there and then there needs to be something on the front. Now we could carry on with these peachy flowers because I have an abundance of them. That might be the way. But what do we put? I think we need to put something behind this frame. And then, see, I did think, because like we could put something immediately behind the frame and then make the tag almost into a pocket, and then sort of put other tags in and having them sort of coming out. That was what I was thinking, you see. Do you get me? Don't know how well this will stick. I'll just dispense with that altogether. I like the ripped edges. I don't know, I do want old writing, but I don't think that's the right thing. So in here is my original pack. Now, for the previous, is it 2 or 3 years? I can't remember how long I've been doing this. 2 years. I've done Junk Journal July. I've done it before I've started work, when I used to commute to work. So I would get up early and I would have a fiddle around with it before we had to leave at 7:30 in the morning, which you can do in July because it's really light in the mornings. But I used to do that downstairs, not in this room. So I used to make myself a pack and a basket that I would take downstairs and do. It's not worked out like that today, this time. So I've sort of ended up with this pack of stuff I really don't need. Got some Edith Holden. Because I've been reaching for stuff that's not included in this stuff. I've been reaching for stuff in my room. So this is one of the Baskerville letters. Dear Sir, I forgot to say, when writing to you yesterday, that should the timber money belong to my wife, £1,000 would be free at once to help pay off the mortgage. So 11,500 would then be the sum I would require to borrow from the bank. Yours sincerely, or yours very truly, Walter Baskerville. Has he written anything else, Walter? 5th of June 92, Walter Baskerville, and that's in, no, that's in ink. So we've got Walter Baskerville. I have got my other big box of very special treasures. We have, oh, that's a cute little picture. I've got these, which are Graphics Fairy printables, which are quite nice actually. We don't have to have old stuff all the time. That's an old thing. I don't want to get too much out because I get spoilt for choice, because now I'm looking at things going, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that actually. Oh, see? Okay. Okay. Some pink. Oh, I don't know. What are you? I think we've got the same one of that. But remember, I've got two. Like, I've got 2 books. I've got 2 amounts of. Oh, I quite like that. I quite like that. What's this? That's blue. I think that's from the Graphics Fairy. It just looks like blue. I've got some blue coat paper that is like this, like original stuff. It's not quite that bright, it's a bit more subdued, like in real life. Graphics Fairy calling card. All the things. That's sweet. Just wanted to throw some stuff at it. Does that sound bad? I have got pages as well. The red and white roses. That's from an old children's history book, like a Victorian one, because it talks about their glorious queen. I don't think they mean Queenie. It's not 1800s. It's that as well. Oh, I've got this spoiled for choice here. Okay, so we're going to start with the big one. And we've got the frame that we need to so I quite like that, but I want something, I want like a bit, I want something like that. See, I almost want to say that, but I think that that's not the right vibe. It's a bit too old. Where's one of them old letters? Doesn't have to be a really old one. Right, put that to one side. Put that there. Is that big enough? Oh. What do we think about that? No. I think we are thinking that. Okay. So I do want a little bit of script. I don't want blue. Definitely decided I don't want blue. That's good to make some decisions. Right, put that blue there for now. Do I want a bit of pink running across? I don't think I do. But I've got a couple more tags, so I'm just going to keep them there. I've got that pale blue. Turn it upside down or not? That's a possibility. Sorry, I'm going quiet. And then there's this. So that bit there. I think I want this, and I think I'm going to get a Tracy label or two out. As we're not sticking strictly to the pack of stuff I created at the beginning of the month. Which is okay, because it's all part of our process. So what the idea is we kind of have that, like that. So it's almost like a bit of a field note situation. Does that say July? Oh, I think that's wishful thinking. We'll work out what we want from that. But we do want a Tracy label. So I'll keep some of my ephemera like this. In fact, all of this I think is going to go in a tin. In the, like in the tin that I have. As you can see, I need a good sort out. But because I want to put more stuff like this that I've handmade. That's an idea. Get a gold one out. Oh, see there, they are nice. They're the same as that, but they're just, the ink is better, and I think the paper. Oh, sneezing. You can see the difference. Where's the camera? There's the camera. There we go. They're really nice we'll make some more covered, but we're going to stick with the blue because that's what we've got. What am I looking for? What are my little Tracy labels? Oh, yeah, didn't sleep very well last night. I'm knocking things flying. What am I knocking flying? Oh, it's alright, it's got a lid on. Here are my Tracy labels. I probably need to cut some more out. I won't need a green. That's good. I want that. Perhaps a brown. So these are Tracy Fox labels off her Etsy shop. They are rather splendid and a nice way to blend the two. You know, like I do my own stamped labels on vintage paper. So we've got that as well. I don't want May, but it might be nice just to have a few Tracy labels on the go. See, these should really go in that tin that I've got at the side. That would be a much better use. That's what I need to do, is just make a plan, keep things. And I think these are the fabric ones. So if you look, like, there's fabric samples on some of them. But I honestly don't think it matters. I honestly don't think it matters. What does that green one say? Olives. Let's keep that. I've got other stuff in here. Oh, I've got Halloween bits you might not be able to see. And I've got more of this stuff that I might just put back while we're here. So it's where the printables live, basically. I think I'm going to get my printer. My tax came back. There's some random printables there. Random bits and pieces. Made out of a book I got in a charity shop for free because it had a tear in it. And I've made so many things because it's a Flower Fairies book, and I sort of cut all the elements out, like the Flower Fairy elements, and have... I need to decide where... Oh, I like that. More flowers. And yeah, I got that book for free. Loved it. From that charity shop that was like overwhelmed at the time with book donations. Just put you away now so that you're not in the way. You need to go in that book. Mr. Baskerville. Yeah, so it's not a divorce, it's like kind of like the person who sold me the stuff said they were like divorce papers, but I had a read through and it's not. You can tell it's like some sort of land dispute. Have I got my pencil? I do have my pencil. Should have just done that at the beginning. So it's going to get warm here. It's going to get in the 90s, I think, for Fahrenheit, or close to it. But it won't be a heat wave, it won't last that long. It doesn't matter, dodgy corners. I can trim it as well. more as we go along. So we have that, then we have this. To decide, I think like that. So I will be trimming it, but that's okay. We can do that. Then do I want that? Or do I not want that? I'm just playing around. You probably gathered that. Yeah, we're not having the gold. All that shimmers is not necessarily gold. You can, like these Tracy labels, you can actually change the shape of them, which I appreciate. Change the look. Oh, that sun is warm. I've got like warm sun on me. That like that. I'm sure I'm in the camera angle. I didn't actually check. I'll move it back up just in case. I do apologise if I've been off for the past 10 minutes. I've just finished work. I've had a day of clients today. It's been really nice, but clients and meetings. This is the perfect antidote to a long day, actually. I'm hoping my stamina stays up with it. We'll just see. We will just see. I'm sure once I get into a flow and I don't feel, at the minute I feel like I have to, even though I'm not trying to put pressure on myself, I do feel like I have to post every day. I think some of that is Junk Journal July, and once that's gone I won't have that pressure. It'll be, oh, when a bit of inspiration strikes, and then I'll work out some sort of posting schedule. No, let's stick this. We can lift that out of the way. Stick that down. Let's try and do a bit of cottage. I mean, I would say blue is one of my favourite colours. And purple for that matter, actually. I remember when I first met Miles, I was living in a shared house, and I had the largest room, which was almost like a bedsit, like a studio apartment. Because it was what would have been, it was like a large townhouse, and it's what would have been the lounge and dining room. So it had like a little nook, which I think that was what was intended to be the dining area. And the bed was there behind some curtains, so you could sort of close it off. I actually used to like doing that when I got into bed, because it made it feel cosy, and it made it feel like it was somewhere different, like I had two rooms. and I had a little Parkinol sofa that was pinks and blues, but that like far away it looked quite purple. And then there was like these really horrible Habitat like curtains that somebody'd washed, so they'd all gone different heights. And so I got this duvet cover. I've always been like this. My mum says necessity is the mother of all invention. I got this duvet cover that I had and I didn't use, and I cut it into strips, and I sort of like balanced the curtains out with like a border around the bottom, and that had like olives and purples and blues in it, and it was a very 1980s duvet cover. But once I cut it up and put it up, it kind of looked all right in the 2000s. That was like early 2000s. Do I want to do something with this? I think I do, which is a bit crazy, Lindsay, because like time and stuffs. What have I got that I can reach to put over my desk? See, these are the things I need to work out. What can I do with that brown paper? I have the Leaning Tower of craft supplies behind me. Okay, will I be able to get to my heat gun? It's going to change the colour of it. Let's do a very light spritz. I might spray in the entire table of that. And then I think this, because it's just going to be a hint, not be the gold, she says when she adds loads to it. I just don't want to actually like obliterate that blue, but it did need a little bit of something. Too much with a gun. So we're going to have some sort of thing that Miles can braai tonight while it's nice. Braai, South Africanism for barbecue or grill. So barbecue means something completely different here than what it does in America. Barbecuing, I think, is what you would call grilling, and braaiing means something completely different actually, but we call anything that resembles that a braai. So he is charged with finding meat and making fire. We will trim that, I think. That looks a lot better. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I don't think I need. Oh, we'll see. We will see. I don't necessarily want to. Well, I kind of do, but I don't. Yeah, that'll be alright. I don't want to close this edge up yet. let's just close it. Kind of want to make a pocket. Want to make a pocket. I'll trim it up where it's not even. That'll stop it warping. Do you know, I got some baby wipes and I didn't bring them in. I brought them upstairs but didn't bring them in. Because I'm that bright. So we've got that there. I won't worry about it. So I don't know how many of you saw my video about my one book idea, just one book. I think it's off that song, Just One Look, That's All It Took, yeah, that one. That's where the phrase has come from in my head. But that will be on the regular. Not too much. I don't think it'll all be that sort of content because I've got lots of flip throughs to do. I've got ideas coming up for Halloween. Because I'm remaking some of my old journals, so that's some of the flip throughs will be like fixing some mistakes. And my very, very first journal was a Harry Potter one, and there's some bits of it that are really, really, really cool, and then there's other bits that are just very rookie mistakes. So I don't know if I'm going to take it apart or make something completely different. I'll just fix the mistakes. So that'll be towards Halloween, because I'll do that and like make a journal for myself. Really, it's not really. I wouldn't say it's an expression of who I am. I used to like Harry Potter. I'm a bit old to be liking Harry Potter, so not in that way. I think it was a positive thing for the kids in the noughties. And I like the aesthetic. It's where I first got in like that dark academia kind of aesthetic, is really the Harry Potter, Mina Lima aesthetic. I really like that. So like when the tour opened up down near London, like where they made the films, I was there on my 40th birthday. I am not ashamed. I probably should be. We went down, my husband bought me tickets to go and see the Harry Potter studio tour. I was just so excited to see all these sets, just because it was just like my aesthetic. I was like, ah. And if it's your birthday, you get to do a certain thing. I'm not going to spoil it in case anybody goes, because it would be big spoilers. Because it's a surprising thing. I don't know if they still do it, because it's probably all changed a lot now. But anyway, I won't spoil it. And you have to sort of do something. How do I do it? How do I say it without like wrecking it? Oh, see, I like that. I do like that. Basically, there's this presentation, and at the end of the presentation they say, is it your birthday? And if it's your birthday, you can come forward, and then they're going to take you somewhere. And so we had already worked out, or did somebody say you need to be at the front of the queue and sit at the front of this thing? I don't want to talk about it to ruin it for you. But we were kind of in a good position, and then my husband went, it's her birthday. So I ended up at the front of this thing in front of like 200 people with like 3 10-year-olds. I tell you what, I was the first through those doors when we got to the place we were going to. At first I was quite embarrassed and went up there more out of embarrassment than You know, as in that it would have been better just to go up rather than say no, 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 and demure. Um, when I kind of realised what was happening, I literally was like one of the first ones across. I was like, never mind, kids, move out the way. No, it's terrible of me. So it was good though. I need a little bit of paper. Oh, I can use the back of the Junk Journal July thumbnail bit. Put a bit of a line there. Now I don't know if I need something. Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if I need something like a butterfly. I might do. Let's do what I think I'm going to do about this, and then I don't have any. I do have brads, but like I don't have any to hand, so we're not doing. By the time, let's see what I've got in here. I've got. Oh, see, that'll be nice because I could replace. I've got this. That's like the end of screen printing silk to make silk scarves. So when I go up north, I've not been for ages to this place. In fact, before the pandemic, it was literally January 2020. But I asked my mum, because my mum goes up there. There's this place called Cedar Farm. That's just outside of Wigan. It's not. It's in Lancashire. And it has like loads of things you can, like loads of animals and stuff you can look at, and it's got a little craft. It's different from like Bygone Times. It's a similar area to Bygone Times. It's different. Which blue? Oh, I'm not gonna go muted. I'm gonna go that. It's different from Bygone Times, as in that it doesn't have like masses and masses of stalls, and they're like little shops, they're like little boutiques, and then it's got like a food hall, cafe sort of situation, and it's like a barn conversion. I'm not explaining this very well. There's other bits to it as well, like another cafe just off to the side. It's probably all changed, like I said, because of the pandemic and whatnot. But there was this woman, and she's still there. So if you're ever in the northwest, I don't know her name. She wouldn't know me from Adam because this is like 5 years ago. But she has a kimono shop, and she sells big. I mean, and they were big, quite substantial, like the size of a cereal box type bag full of bits of fabric, perfect for slow stitching, for like making little slow stitcheries, and for junk journaling. Yeah, loads. I've done loads of things with it. The bag is whittling down. I've not got all of it left. It takes me a long time. If I find a resource like that, I always think it's worthwhile getting, but I won't get 2 of them because I know I'm only going to use that one, and it'll take me a long time to work my way through things. And as it is, I've not got too, well, I have got too much stuff. I was like, how much is too much? I think how do I want this to go? I think I want it to go like that. So yeah, I got this stuff off like this grab bag of screen printed silk. So it's not quite sari silk, but it's not far off. And it's that thing about having things that didn't, already exist. I mean, the sari silk is very eco-friendly, I think. Okay, so I've got that. We're going to put some sort of butterfly on, weren't we? I've got these that I've not cut out yet. See how this is my favourite butterfly. What we're feeling here. Let's just cut some out. So this is a napkin. You can still get it at Tesco. It's my one pass on things that already exist. Napkins generally from Tesco, because they're low waste. I'll even use the bits that you take off. If I'm careful about the packaging, I'll reuse the packaging too. Yeah, and they make, you get so many. You get like 36 off one napkin, and you get 20 napkins. And you can use them, they're diverse. You can like stick them on white paper and make like a sticker sort of situation with a white ring around the outside. I've stuck them onto card, and I've painted like metallic paint around the outside as well, to sort of make them into a more substantial chipboard situation. Have I got that somewhere? I think I have. I'll lift it up. I've used them like they're sort of rub-ons or something. I think that blends in too much. It's a shame, that's my favouriteest. What about this? Yeah, there's just so many things you can do with them. They're really versatile. I'm so glad it's Friday tomorrow. And I've got a week next week that's just chock full of people, but I don't mind. I think I'll get into a flow of next week and then it'll disappear before me. That's what I'm hoping, and then I'll have 2 weeks off. Oh, yes, I am feeling that. Don't want any of the labels. I might just live with that. How am I going to put it in the book? I should have flipped it. Oh, see, rookie error. It's because I'm not thinking. I should have flipped it so it was like that. But that's alright. It'll still hold everything. So we're going to have our, if I can find it in all my bump, our paper clip. Might not need anything. We might decide when we get here that actually what we need is some more greenery and the butterfly to be on the paper clip, which I very much think that's what's going to happen. Yep, it is. Okay. Oh, perhaps not. Perhaps if we do that and then we put greenery. Yeah, and then these other bits and pieces. These situations. They don't necessarily have to be decorated because they're a suggestion of something. I might just not deal with that and put a picture in that needs something. What have I got here? I've got like this little, is it cyclamen? No, it's not a cyclamen, I don't know what it is. Victorian calling card from the Graphics Fairy. Do we like that in there? And then no, don't like that. That's too wide. almost getting sidetracked here. In fact, I know I'm getting sidetracked here. Okay, Lindsay, you are getting sidetracked. I can sort that out after and tell everybody about it. But I have lost that orange. No, it's there. Right, so put that there. Put that there. And then we're going to have we're going to have one of these because this will work. I've not got quite the quick fussy cutting. I think there must be an art to cutting quickly, and I haven't got it. I like to fussy cut, and I like it to be done precisely. I'm going to do that and then cut that separately. This noise is going on. Okay, so we've got that, then we've got these. I can do more leaves as well. And like I've said this before in other videos, the overwhelming urge to pull, because I cut quite close to me, it's definitely one of those rub your head, pat your tummy situations, or pat your head, rub your tummy situations. Whichever way around, equally as difficult. Right, I think I need some more leaves. I do, so like book pages are really useful, and this is why this just one book will be useful, because like they're useful for things like this, because they make elements that are automatically vintage looking and authentic. They do that with magazine images as well. It's amazing when you stack a magazine image onto a bit of like vintage book paper and just leave like the merest outside of it. It just changes it into something completely different, which we like. Right, let's do that. Let's do that and that. I'm coming off the edge again. I do apologise. I've no idea what they're talking about, but if you can hear them, they're having a post daddy finishing work giggle. So I was very indulgent last night. While Mouse was going out, I could have sent her to the shop, or I could have gone to the shop and got us a treat, but then I thought, no, I'm going to order it and see if it could come off Amazon. I've managed to block that. I'm sure I checked that. And I bought chocolate off Amazon. That was very indulgent. It actually wasn't that much more expensive than the shop. I think it was like 50p in it. So it wasn't about it, just, yeah, me being daft. Peg? No. So I'm making the other side of the covered paper clip to make like a faux bulldog clip. I don't know if that's what you call a bulldog clip in other parts of the world other than the UK, but that's what we call these types of clips. It's very nostalgic to me, like a bulldog clip. I think I've mentioned it before in other videos about like one of the things that I find appealing about junk journaling is the nostalgia to it. Because my dad used to work for like local government, and sometimes like in the holidays and stuff I would get to go into work with him, and to keep me out of mischief, sounds really bad, but I was allowed to go in the cellar and like you wouldn't do this now, like it was the 80s, had completely different sensibilities about work and appropriateness and all kinds of things. So I used to go in the cellar of like the old office buildings, and there wasn't anything confidential down there, I don't think. Well, I don't know, but I've cut up and coloured and pasted a lot of stuff for Wigan Council. Yeah. So, am I doing all my leaves at the top, or do I want something at the bottom? I think I want something at the bottom. So yeah, this sort of activity of sticking bits and pieces down, it is just so very nostalgic for me. And I used to make stuff for him and he'd put it on his desk. And like, it would be the most atrocious bits and pieces of tea boxes and paper to make a caddy, make like a pencil caddy. But it was nice to get some like alone time. There's 4 of us, so I think they made an effort that we'd all like get alone time in different ways, different parents, which is quite forward thinking for the 80s, I think. But like I said, beside the go into the cellar, go and play in the cellar. Okay. It was even for social services. Like that's where the office building was. But there you go. It was allowed. Like, it wouldn't be allowed now. Let's put this butterfly on here. Yeah, that looks good. I think we'll put some of our fabric through. Make some ribbons. I need a third thing, don't I? I've got that. Is it a bit too big? Do we think that's a bit too big? Or does it just need something? Because that's going to go in. And that needs something, doesn't it? It just needs a little something. So yeah. Why do you junk journal? I'm really interested, because like people sort of like, when I talk to them about it, they're like, well, what do you do with it? And I'm like, you just take pleasure from making it and looking at it, quite, you know, looking back at the work is quite soothing. And like, some people clearly don't get it, which is absolutely fine. So I'm always curious to know, like, why people like junk journaling, how they got into it, because it's a wellness thing as well. I think definitely can be used like as a wellness technique. Okay, do I want to spray this? I don't think I do. Do I want to put a bit of that in? I think I might do. Let's get rid of this, because I don't think we're going to use this. But I do think we're going to do that. It's alright having a bit of white. What do we reckon? Yeah. So I'm going to have my dinner, upload this. I don't know what we're going to watch. What we're going to do. It's Thursday. You sort of feel like you're just ready to flop. I do anyway by Thursday. I've got to do some research for the open studios to see if I can get our 16-year-old to come with us at the weekend. These are really nice. I'd like to know where she got these tags from, actually. Or whoever got the tags, because they're deeper. I mean, you can buy tags like this off Amazon, but then I can make one too from an old one. Okay, so we have that. We have that. Is this gluing? That is gluing. I'm enjoying spending time with you. I still have no clue about like the algorithms. See, this is a bit of old kimono. Am I going to cut that up? I might cut the little bit here. That might be alright actually. And this is a bit of old kimono as well. We've got that. There was like that colour. Okay, let's do this for this one. It's nice finding all the bits and pieces and then finding a use for it. It's so satisfying for me. I don't know how, like that, like I love finding the bits in the wild, but then like when I actually use these things, it just does something. Now we need to make a decision. Do we want, I'm actually thinking that for that now. And then like a stubby one. Yeah, finding all the little bits and pieces. Like I love going out and finding the bits, but I also just like love seeing the bits being used. But I find it difficult. I'm conflicted. I'm complicated. Some, I find it difficult using some bits, like the really old stuff. I find it difficult to cut into. That's why it took me so long. I think it was well over a year before I cut into that other. I might just leave that blank because it's kind of a grounding bit. I'm wary of time. Don't want to take up most of your time. So what am I going to put in there? I don't want to put that in. Got any more bits in there? What have I got? Could do some of that. I don't necessarily. I think I know. I'm just going to use this merest little whisper of it, so it's not too overpowering. So what I plan to do is, when I'm on holiday, I think I've said this before, I'm going to do a sort out, and then I'm going to do like a tour of my craft room, and it'll probably be 2 videos because I've got my craft room, and then on the landing outside of the door to the craft room I have some like IKEA Billy bookcases. One is like a haberdashery department, and the other is like the library department. It's got all the old books in that I collect. Well, not all of them, some of them. So yeah. Oh, I like that. I like the frilly thingy-majig what's it's out of it. fold around the tag messily. I like a bit of a messy border. What's this dried? So that goes on that side, that goes on that side. Let's get both things attached. I don't know whether, I think it might be better if I just shove this on like that, and I can move it around and the bit on the other side's still taken care of. So I have a feeling stick it on the paper clip. I love a cover like this. It's still not quite dry, this glue, so it's sliding a little bit. This bulldog clip stamp is just so good. The fact that the book's getting fatter is not helping it, but that's alright. I'm still liking it. What do I think? I think I've got a messy desk and all that. Tag. It's different from my other tags I've made. It's got a bit of a shimmer on from those sprays. And it should look okay from the other side too. Yeah, it does. It looks okay from the other side. I might cut this down. And that should be it. It's not going to lie flat because the page underneath won't. But that's all part of junk journaling. I don't make gator mouths too much. This one will be a little bit when it's like that, but then when I put the book down, it stays shut, and that's what I aim for. And I don't think there's going to be very many things that are more substantial now to go in. Swap that over. Then I'm going to stop faffing and let you go and do what you need to do, and I will go and have some dinner. I've got an idea for tomorrow. That'll be fun, using these flowery books. But there you go. Junk Journal July, day 19. Tag. Thank you very much. You have been utterly, utterly amazing. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.